Welcome to Radio Makua, a people-centered podcast. I am Musawenko. In today's episode, we speak to the youth of Mogalakwena about unemployment and the prospects of employment opportunities with development of green hydrogen in their area.
As a young person, I'm struggling because these mines, they're not doing anything for us. I'm a young person who went to school, who is educated, but no jobs.
They have to share their thoughts with us. They have to listen to us. They have to give us jobs so that we can make a living. I think that would be a good idea.
Women are impacted when it comes to jobs because there are some of the jobs that requires, they will say it requires only men, not women. And we have the same experience, same qualification, but we are struggling to go to the mines to get jobs.
The episode is part of a series on green hydrogen produced by Mining Affected Communities United in Action, Women Affected by Mining United in Action, or Makua Wamua. This is a social justice movement that has a stronghold and organizes communities affected by mining activities in South Africa. Makua Wamua is part of a network of civil society organizations known as Hydrogen Watch. The network monitors and shares insights and experiences on the development of green hydrogen in South Africa, to help communities engage meaningfully with green hydrogen with clear understanding of what it is. In terms of South Africa's green hydrogen commercialization strategy, adopted by Parliament in October 2023, by 2050, green hydrogen production could contribute 3.6% to the country's GDP. In the same period, it is estimated that over 650,000 jobs could be created in the value chain of green hydrogen production from the export and domestic markets. Though it might seem like a drop in the ocean, given the current crisis of unemployment facing the country at the moment, these are desperately needed jobs. Just to paint a picture, according to Statistics South Africa, there are 12.4 million people of all races and genders without jobs in South Africa. 70.6% are young people, 47% are Black Africans, and 54.2% are Black African women. As the world moves towards carbon-neutral production, the promise of employment through development of green hydrogen is an important feature of South Africa's strategy to deal with the challenges of poverty, unemployment, inequality, and gender-based violence. In this episode, we speak with the youth of Mogalakwena that are battling the scourge of unemployment and poverty. They share their hopes and fears about the prospects of green hydrogen production via the Platinum Group in their area. I speak to an activist who asked for their name not to be mentioned, about the issue of unemployment and general conditions of life in a rural area that is impacted by large-scale mining.
This is Mokopane, Limpopo province, whereby we are surrounded by two mines, which is Anglo Platinum Mine and Ivan Plants Mine. I finished my matric 2016 and I went to college. That's where I did my environmental health 2021 up to 2022. That was a one-year course. So I have got a certificate for environmental health. As a young person, I'm struggling because these mines, they're not doing anything for us. I'm a young person who went to school, who is educated, but no jobs. These mines, they don't provide us with jobs. Rather, they want me to buy a job before I get a job, whereby I don't have that money, and also they can't hire me because I don't have an experience. These two mines in my local village have impacted our lives negatively because we are experiencing air pollution, and again we have a problem of water pollution. Whenever they mine, they blast, then it causes air pollution to our lives. So then we are not living a healthy life. They've been promising young people that they will open trainings for young people who will come and they train them, give them skills, give them experience in order for them to apply to the mines. But that has not been happening even today. So we are struggling to get jobs because we don't have experiences, we don't have skills, and those trainings they've promised us, they didn't fulfill their promises. always failing, even though we trying hard to ask them, trying hard to meet with them and ask. They will tell us we should apply via their websites. That's where we will get jobs. We should not wait for their training promises.
In earlier episodes, you might recall that we had indicated that Anglo American in Mogalakwena introduced one of the world's largest trucks powered by green hydrogen as part of its plans to decarbonize its operation. While the project is paused at the moment, the mine, being part of the Platinum Group, had expressed interest in investing in the production of green hydrogen as part of the bigger commercialization strategy of South Africa. I asked the resident whether they believe that the desperately needed jobs will come through from this project.
He said, no, I don't think they will have actually opportunities after those trucks start to operate, because now we are currently facing, we have a water scarcity, and whenever these trucks start to operate, they will need a lot of water, whereby we don't have. Currently, we are struggling to have water. That's why we go to our neighbors who have boreholes. We buy those water. Yes, we go and buy water for ourselves. So if those trucks comes, then we'll be in danger. Which means even if we want to do our boreholes at home or at our places, we'll have a problem because of those trucks will need a lot of water. I think they don't think for us. They don't care about us. All they do is to care about themselves. And I see selfish people here because there is nothing that is happening. Nothing that is happening. They will even hire their family members. They hire. It's all about connection actually. And there's a lot of corruption there because now someone is buying, is popping up maybe 6,000 in order for him or her to get a job. So me, as poor as I am now, I don't have that 6,000. So which means I'm not going to work at the mine. And even if they say do apply via our website, even if I do apply, but someone who is having 6,000, there is no way I can get the job while applying. While someone is having that 6,000 they want, they will take that one who is having 6,000 and they hire him or her, and then I will remain there. I will remain there using my website, applying for a job, but nothing will ever happen because they are using their system to hire people.
And what are your aspirations and dreams for the future?
I'm thinking that at least this mine can use fairness in young people's lives, because many people here, they're suffering. They don't have jobs. Some of them are graduated, seated at home. Some of them, they've been, yes, it's been so long graduating or graduated, but still they're seated at home. They don't have jobs. So it will be good if these mines actually keep their promises, because now they said they will open a training section whereby they call young people to come and have skills there and there. But that have not been happening since 2014. So I think it will be good if they keep their promises to these young people.
My name is Rifiloe Erick Monama. I live in Hachaba. It's where I stay. Limpopo is my province. I have 4 kids. I support them by peace jobs.
The story of feeling unseen is a shared reality for the unemployed youth. I asked Rifiloe on the living conditions of his village, and Rifiloe shares his feelings of being unemployed while being a resident of a platinum-rich area.
I can think of people are poor because of the lack of employment. So that's why people are poor. It's very difficult to see people who are making those things, but they don't think about the other who are suffering from. We have to benefit each other. At the mine. We have to be equal. So I think maybe we can be equal, it's going to be okay. They have to recognize us as like human beings. They have to share their thoughts with us. They have to listen to us. They have to give us jobs so that we can make a living. I think That would be a good idea.
Okay, my name is Elvis Mawela. I'm 34 years old. I'm staying in Tamans in Mokopane.
Elvis agrees with Rifiloe that the biggest problem facing young people in his village is unemployment.
The issue that we are facing, I can say, is the job creations, because they take us from the learnerships. They don't give us work. They just give us learnerships. They don't give us work. So it's the challenge that we are getting. And some of us, we have been educated. They've been highlighted as just to be educated. So we are educated. Now, if ever when you must go to job, it's all about connections, buying work. So we find it difficult to work. I don't know what is happening. But since Makua is here, maybe it will help us. It's very worried knowing that you went to school, somebody who have stayed home without any qualifications going to work. You are staying home, you went to school, nothing is happening. There's no movement that is happening between us. So it's very, very, very shameful for us.
And so Tsimahansi is close by which mine?
Ivan Plants and Mogalakwena mine, which is Anglo-American. It's not that far distance, but I can say those trucks that are passing here, they're passing at some Hansi village when they take up the project or they deliver something there, they pass here. So I think we are affected by Mogalakwena and Ivan Plants.
What kind of sort of development has come from the mine, especially around skills development? Has there been any kind of assistance from the mine to develop young people here?
No, the assistance is there, but I can say they are trying to employ some of us while with a EPWP, the one that calls EPWP. They clean the streets, they pay them just to clean the streets. Some, they're trying to put some light, like a street light, stuff. They do help, but hence I can say there's nothing that they've done yet. We are still waiting for them to do something to improve the community.
And this project, are you aware of green hydrogen?
No, I'm not aware. I've just heard about the green hydrogen. So it's what I just need to know the full information about the green hydrogen.
So the mine government did not consult with the community about it?
No, they don't consult because lack of communication and lack of information from the Indunas is the one that killing us as a community.
And the point of contact, is it the tribal authorities?
Yeah, the authorities, they just, even if the information is gathered, the main thing that they must do, they tell us the day before while they've given the information maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's like it seems as if they speak after us. They have a meeting before they can inform the community. It's where we get in trouble there.
So when they come and speak to the community, is it just them telling the community what decisions they've taken on behalf of the community, or they engage and hear what the community has to say?
We don't have to say, they tell us. That's something that I knew. We don't have to tell them, we have to listen to them, telling that today there will be 1, 2, 3. So there's no need that we can have a say for it. So it's what we're facing.
And as a young person, living here, what are some of your aspirations and wishes, for your community and for yourself as a young person?
My inspiration and communication is that we as a youth, we have to stand up and start the youth task. So it's where we will face the mind and ask them, what have we done? Because you told us to go to school. Do you want us to smoke drugs? Do you want us to drink alcohol? Or what do you want from us? Because education is there. We've got everything. So just let them take us to school and show us how to eat a fish or how to catch a fish rather than to teach me how to eat a fish.
My name is Mashishi. I'm 28 years old. I'm a secretary in Makua, in Mokopane branch.
As we had indicated in the beginning, the crisis of unemployment impacts young people, more so African women. Here, Surprise shares her experience of gender discrimination when it comes to job opportunities.
The major impact, we have a problem when it comes to jobs. The opportunity, water is a lot. Women are the most people affected by those two mines. Yes. Women are impacted when it comes to jobs because there are some of the jobs that requires, they will say it requires only men, not women. And we have the same experience, same qualification, but we are struggling to go to the mines to get jobs. Because I want to go to the mine and work, but because of the gender inequality, there's nothing I can do because the truck is there, and I don't think they will allow women to drive that car. The truck, they will not. They will say it's only for men to go there.
The truck that Surprise speaks about here is the green hydrogen-powered truck. She also shares that it was strange for her to learn that most people in different villages were not aware of the development of green hydrogen.
We went to, is it 12 villages, I think? Yeah, to introduce this green hydrogen, and they were not aware of what is happening. They didn't even know what is green hydrogen. We're like, guys, this thing is happening, and it's real. It's there in our mind. We have this truck, which is a hydrogen truck. And they were like, oh, what are you talking about? We were like, guys, there's a truck, which is that gas. They were like, we don't know that. So we were just amazed. How can the mine have that truck and it was not being introduced to the villages? And what amazes me is that the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, was there to introduce that truck, but they didn't even consult the villages that there will be the president Ramaphosa will be coming here to introduce this. Can you please, as the nearest community, maybe member of the community, they should come and see that truck. They don't know.
The economy.
The proposed hydrogen valley, stretching from here in Limpopo right through to Gauteng to KwaZulu-Natal, will position South Africa as a global center for green hydrogen production. And in this we are serious. We are serious. We don't seek to undermine other nations and in terms of what they are doing. Our objective is to be the real center, the real hub of the green hydrogen production. And that is the destination that we are moving to. It will lead to the creation of new industries.
That is Cyril Ramaphosa, President of South Africa, facilitating the launch of the largest green hydrogen-powered truck in Mogalakwena at Anglo-American Platinum Mine. Yes, the same truck that Surprise claims people were not informed about. I concluded our conversation by asking Surprise to share her hopes and aspirations with future developments in her village. What are some of your hopes, for a community and for projects that are supposed to benefit the community? What are some of your hopes and aspirations?
My hope is that mine should consult with the community and tell them about what is going to happen or what is happening, so that the community should be aware of what is happening. We as a woman, we are struggling a lot to go to the mines, because we will find them when we go there. They will say, can you give us the bribe? She'll use the qualification if it has to, and the experience if it has to. All women and men must be equal when coming to work there. There must not be a work that is specifically for men and specifically for women. No, we should be equal when coming to work relation.
In our time at Mogalakwena, we saw long lines in front of the gates of Anglo-American, young people from different villages looking for work. The desperation for work was everywhere. While acknowledging the need for formal employment, some young people have been forced into the informal economy. We speak to two women in the informal economy, one selling outside the local primary school in Mapila, and the other a hairdresser.
Mpho Mpengane, ngihlala khona la eSkimini. Ngiyathengisa esikolweni. Ngithengisa amazimba, ama-stockmeats, ama-biscuits, like izinto zabantwana zokudla. Well, ibhizinisi iyazama, but not ukuthi maybe ngangenza ukuthi.
To paraphrase, Mpho tells me that she sells snacks outside the primary school in Skimming, mainly to support herself and her family. However, she says the money she makes here is not enough. It is just enough for her to buy basics such as soap and cover her electricity bill. She tells me that the money she makes here is not enough for her to be in the position to cover the big items such as meal, for her to be in the position to support her family.
Isizathu sokuthi ngenze kuzosebenza esikolweni ngoba bengingatholi umsebenzi and then kudala ngifuna umsebenzi. So angitholi umsebenzi and then abantwana.
She explains the reason of why she became involved in informal economy of selling outside a primary school. She cites 2 reasons. She had looked for employment and could not find a job. And secondly, she is a mother and her family needs her to support them. And most importantly for her, she did not want her children to fall victim of the socio-economic ills where they sell drugs or fall into crime because of their circumstances.
Like umayini, if ngoba umayini ukhona la duze kwethu usize, like angisho yabona la sithengisela khona imvula yasinetha vele asinendawo yokuhlala.
Because of their proximity to the mine, Mpho feels that the mine has an obligation to help them as small businesses, particularly in terms of providing space where they can do their trade. The building will provide them with needed shelter, especially during the rainy season, against the torrential rains. She also adds that it is important that the mine and the state work together to create employment, because unemployment in the area is quite rife.
My name is Helen Mabuyane. I'm 36 years old. I am not employment. I'm hairdresser actually. I'm just working on my own. The most of youth we are not working. The problem the skills there zimele in Anglo Platinum is for business people who need to know how to run the business, So is that upgrading from in mine is zimele. So I'm the one of attending that zimele, but I didn't see it is very important because it never helped me kaselo. So kinto baning retlakana le mathata and the skills tse ba re fang tsona a se baneng o ka ya anyway a di selo. So we're still fighting with youth and mine about that, or we are sick and tired.
That brings our episodes to an end. This podcast series, produced in partnership with Action Aid International, is available on our website at www.makua.org.za and wherever you get your podcast. Do follow Makua Wamua on social media for more content on the work we do. I am your host, Musawengo Sitabe. Take care.